Hi, today I'm going to show you how you can take a sketch, determine what the measurements are for it, and then create a really pretty card. I'm going to try and show you how you can approximate the dimensions of this sketch. Now, I tried to do this once before and it will not show my whole desktop, so I'm going to have to try and do it in pieces. So I'm going to save this image. And I'm just gonna do it, I'll just save it to my Google Drive. Or not. We'll just go to downloads. There. Okay. And I'm going to go to a different program, so I'll have to stop and then start again. Okay, now I have opened up the photo editor. And what I want to do is hit edit and then get these down as close as I can to the actual edges of the sketch so that I can I can print it with this size. And I am going to save that. I'm not sure where that saved it to. Maybe it saved it over itself. We'll see. Okay, now I've opened a blank Word document, and I am going to insert my picture. And I saved that to the desktop, I believe. So there we go. And then I am going to need to change. I can't actually see this. My recording thing is over it. Okay, I'm going to open up the whole thing because we need to take out the lock aspect ratio. And I want the height to be 5.5 and I want the width to be 4.25. Then click OK. And there, and now you print this and we'll use a ruler to actually take measurements. Okay, now I'm going to show you how you can measure. Since I printed it 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, you pretty much just measure approximately. So I'm going to call this 2 1/2. And so this, we're going to go with 4 1/2. The sentiment, 1 3/4. The tag, we'll go with 2. And then, since you may not have a tag, we'll go with that's like 3 inches. And then this would be 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. So there, that's what you can use for measuring the sketch size. So I'm going to start with using the Painted Illusions DSP. It's the February product of the month. I had just opened this. It's not necessarily my favorite style, but I do like some. I like the basic image here, and I kind of like this if I was doing an undersea. I really like this one. So I think I'm going to do that, and I might pick one of these boulder patterns. Oh, there's 3 of each. There's boulder patterns for the background. Let's see. Or that rainbow one, that'd be pretty too. It's screaming like mermaid to me. I think it's these. Maybe I will go with that, these 2 together. Let's see how that works out. And then I'm going to use the sketch that I just showed you how you can figure out the dimensions. I'm going to use this one as the background paper. So I think I'm going to try like this corner. So turn that over. Line it up with the 4 and cut that, and then line it up with the 5 1/4 and cut that. And then I'm going to go with this part, so that's 2 1/2 by 4. And I want it to go like this, so I have to take that into account. We'll go at 2 1/2 for the vertical. And then 4 1/2. And so that will be there. And I'm going to do layers. I might cut this piece smaller, or I might just do a really thin layer. Let's see, what background would look good with that? You know, I am starting to think I might want white, because it's pretty busy paper, so I need something that would ground it. Let's see if I would like white. I'm gonna actually use, let's see, it would be 4 1/4. Let's see if I can do it. I never use this to score, but because I'm horrible at figuring out exactly where it's supposed to be. I think I might like white. And then I'm going to make, let's get that back out. So this would be then 2 3/4 by 4 3/4. So we'll cut that. And then I'll see if I want a smaller border on it or not. Or if I want my pattern paper smaller. Okay. So there we go. Just laying it out there. I think that's okay. Now, I'm going to want something over here. And I'm trying to, I think I want like a solid color cardstock. And I might go with, I am guessing that is Lost Lagoon. Let's check. Yep, Lost Lagoon. Lost Lagoon or Pretty Peacock. I might go with Pretty Peacock because it would contrast more. And then let's find a dye to use. Okay, this is how I store my dyes. They're just, ooh, the arches. I haven't used those that much. I think that would be good. I don't have tag. Oh, these would be good too. Ooh, I'm gonna go with these. Okay, put the arches back. Now let's see which is going to be the closest to what I want. And it does not have to be exact. This is just a jumping off point. And I think the smallest one would be perfect. Okay, so I'm going to use that one. And then I just need to get a piece of cardstock. That's Regals, I believe. Yep, there's my Pretty Peacock. Do I have any scrap pieces? Oh my goodness, that's perfect. I like to keep my scrap pieces with the rest of my cardstock so that I know I will use it. Otherwise, I would forget it was there. Okay, now we will bring in the die cutting machine. Pretty Peacock cardstock there. Tape it down so it doesn't move. And then run that through. gently pull off the tape so you don't rip it. I'm liking that. I think that's pretty. I'm gonna move this out of the way. Okay, so we've got it set up, and I don't tend to use white card bases, but I really think, I think the paper needs some grounding. It's busy. It's very busy. So then I am going to do a sentiment. Let's get out some different dies. These are my favorites. They never, I don't think I ever put them away. Yeah, we'll go with something that fits in that. And then I have a punch that I think works really well behind that. Let's see, what sentiments do I have that are current? Oh, that's a good one. I could use that. These are a little big. Well, I do that most of the time. I always need birthday cards. That's pretty small. And then I think most of my last chants are not this time of year. Oh, one more. There's also a hello. Hello might work. Except, you know, or the thank you. So many choices. I am going to go Grateful for You with Layers of Beauty. So there we are with that. Get a block out. And I think I'm going to stamp it in Pretty Peacock. There we go. And that looks like it's the right size. Make sure the ink transfers. It's pretty good. Set that over to the side. I forgot to wet my chamois. So I'll just spray water on this and wipe it off. Works just as well. And I'm less likely to get ink on my fingers. Okay. Now we gotta pull in the die cutting machine again. Line that up. I might die cut in the bigger circle because I'm not sure exactly what size this is. We'll have to measure. I love the stitching. Okay, so, oh yeah, that looks like it's about 1 3/4. I could do a 2-inch punch, or I could choose to use the next one up, although that would be pretty big. Let's try, I'll pull out the 2-inch punch and then we'll see if I like that. Put this down. Okay, 2-inch punch. There we go. And then a piece of Pretty Peacock. Let's see, that's probably the smallest I have for this. Always upside down so you can see. That's pretty good. I think that's smaller than the die would be. And then it's just assembling. Ooh, since I have that in Pretty Peacock, I wonder if I want to use a different color for this. Maybe I should use, I think it was Granny Apple Green. Yeah, yeah, Granny Apple Green. Let's pull that out instead. There we go. I'll even put old die cuts that I didn't end up using in here. Okay, I just didn't like how Peacock was on Peacock. It was blending in. So then this way you see it more. And then it's just assembling. Such an easy card. I think black or possibly Pretty Peacock, or, well, any of these colors would probably be a really good card base and layer for it, because they're more of a watercolor wash and not a solid color. So if you don't like white, you can pick a different color. Now I think I am going to put that on flat, but I might pop up the die cut piece. So there, I think I got that on. I'm going to pop this one up. Let's see. There we go. Just had to reach them. Okay. I do have black dimensionals, but I never remember to use them. Okay. If seeing white dimensionals behind this is a problem for you. Okay, I'm gonna put that like there, I think. Now I'm gonna put my sentiment on my background circle. And then I'm just going to put 2 dimensionals on the side. Since it's going to be on here, it doesn't need dimensionals there. And I think I'll stick it down. Put some adhesive on that side. Stick it on. More than half off, I think. There we go. And then, this is somewhat manly colors. Let's see. Got the white ones. Oh, the gold aren't too bad. I don't know about the colors with that. Or those. It's not exactly the right time of year. So I think I'm going to go with the metallic ones, because to me these are just manlier. If I do end up sending it to somebody, I am going to pick the silver. Stick a couple down here, and then one up over there. Oh, I could have embossed that too. That would have been pretty. But there is a quick and easy card, and a quick and easy way to get the dimensions to make the card from a sketch. Thanks for watching.